Welcome to episode 7 of the compound rebuild. So in the last video we built this sort of centerpiece area here where me and Ben had a good session. The fly out worked really well. Halfway through the video I was suggesting that there wasn't enough speed to trick this, but I ended up backflipping it. Ben did a 360 bar spin. So this is mega. And the quarter pipe is such a cool thing. It's such a good way of changing direction. We've used up so much space of the compound, it turns you around and then you've got all that space to attack again. So it's sick. I'm really happy with the size of it, the width, the radius. It all rides really well. What it needs though is a deck on top. So today's video is going to be split up into 2 builds. The first one here and then a really cool hand build clay dirt jump thing over there. But firstly, I want to add a deck onto the full width of this quarter pipe. So it's 12 foot wide, and I did sort of suggest that I wanted to have it as a spine because we've got all that drop in elevation behind. So coming up a 6 foot takeoff and landing in like a 12 foot landing would feel epic, but it kind of doesn't go anywhere. So that would be like if you're faced with the option of doing a spine or turning around and riding back through a whole line of trails, you would always choose the latter, I feel. So I want to save these additional kind of bonus lines like a hip or even a spine in the future for another day, because today I want to get a deck built so that Ben and I can do some tech tricks on top, stop up here, turn around. It'll add as a kind of an extra little viewing platform. So I've been to buy some wood, and I did think the uprights to support this were going to have to come up from right down there, but they're not, because we're only going to go, oh, I've just cut myself real bad on that tape measure, crikey. We're going to have a 4 foot wide deck, 122, that's 4 foot, isn't it? So could that collapse?
Yeah.
It could, couldn't it?
It's alright there.
The whole thing's going to be supported by that. Yeah, it'll be alright. It's clay. If that was sand, we wouldn't do it. But we'll come up from there, put plywood on it. I probably will add a handrail for this.
Will you?
No,
though?
I probably won't. Because we could have both. We could have a deck. Why don't we have a 4 foot deck and then build a landing all the way down afterwards? So you can do 180 half cab tricks into the landing. You can still manual the whole full width of the deck and go back the other way. I still want to have a landing this way. There is more space to be had. And we haven't yet decided what we're doing with the end piece there after the mega mulch, so, or K2. Oh, and this whole area has been named, which is very exciting. There are some good names, named after some national parks and mountain ranges across the world, and we're actually going to go with one very close to home, called Ben Nevis, which is the tallest mountain in Scotland, the tallest mountain in the UK in the Nevis Range, not far from Fort William downhill World Cup track. And obviously, the reason for the name Ben Nevis is because this place has been owned by Ben. With all that altitude, the tallest mountain in the UK has your name in it, Ben.
It's amazing.
I sort of built this for you, let's be honest.
Thank you,
I don't know
mate.
if you appreciate that or if you're even
I
aware.
do. No, I really do.
But as a
really
BMX rider, you will achieve the highest heights of your career
It's
right
amazing.
here in the Ben Nevis Range.
It's amazing.
So well done, mate.
Thank you, mate.
And then that will lead us on to the Matterhorn feature, named after me, Matt the Horn. But that's probably going to be a lot more epic than this. So, sort of waiting for that one. Anyway, I'm going to build this. Oh no, the other thing we're going to build in this video is a huge spine here. So this clay was always left here for a reason. I talked about building a big archway rainbow over the back there. What I'm going to build is a clay takeoff that's set into the back of the Everest landing so that Ben, having not ridden this big jump yet, can start halfway up those steps or even at the top and blast a huge clay lip that's snug with the back of the landing. The gap's only going to be 3, 4, 5 foot long, but you'll go to the moon on this if you want to. And I'm excited for that being a slightly lower speed, more tech feature that could lead into something else like a trails line. I don't know, it's just asking for it, isn't it? That's quite minimal effort. Clay is a bit more awkward to dig, but I am excited to build something by hand, like in the backyard, do those perfect square edges, make everything look incredible, and it kind of costs nothing. It just costs a shovel, doesn't it? Whereas all of these wooden features now are burning an almighty hole in the back pocket, because these are 90 quid a sheet. It seems that rolling has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've spent thousands on plywood, and I'm quite keen just to dig again, to be honest. But it is a good investment. No, let's get some shovels in the ground. Sorry, mate.
That's all right, mate. I'm happy to do that.
You just like cutting wood and drilling. Big fan of drilling.
Big fan.
Yeah, let's build a 6 spine. So actually, if the access is here on the concrete, it's not. It's going to be half in the back of the landing and half exposed. So it will act like this little, I don't know, little balcony feature that sits to one side. But you could do huge pulls all the way to that side of the landing, or even all the way to the far left of the landing as a 90-degree hip. Exciting stuff. So we've got 2 build lapses. I'll start with the platform. Let's go. chuffed with that. I've missed digging clay a lot. It's really gnarly on the hands. But, well, I've got all the calluses are coming through again now. I've missed lockdown. Look, I've got a little fourth eye on my body. It's good. I've missed it. It's better than sand because you can make these really nice vertices on your shapes. The clay's been perfect. I felt like I dug down, found some wet stuff and re-skinned it with all that. And actually, I'd say it's ready to ride, which is rare. In lockdown, do you remember we had the weather last year was so hot and it baked everything. This could do with a day of sun, but I think Ben and I can definitely test it shortly. And then I'll come back to it, wet it and do that trowel technique. But to build a lip that's about 9 foot tall out of clay hasn't actually taken that much work because I've just piggybacked off the back of the big landing. So that was a gift really to have the first of what could be a line. Let's go around the other side. So it's obviously super stepped up. We're not going to start at the top of the roll in. It's my plan to just walk up the steps and kind of work out incrementally what the best drop-in point is. It might be different for you and I with different size wheels, and boost that thing to the moon. It's actually a weird shape as well. Having looked at it side on, I wouldn't normally build them that shape where all the steepness of the curve happens halfway up. It's a bit weird, so I might change that. But I'm excited. And then there's going to be another takeoff on this side at some point, part of the trails line that runs down here. So the place is getting more and more littered with features. And then obviously you can see the new handrail up there at the back. I don't need to go and show you the deck on top of the quarter pipe. You can imagine what that looks like. But things are taking shape. Should we just ride?
I think we should.
Can we rock, paper, scissors over what we ride first? You're going to be desperate to do Ben Nevis because it's kind of your
well,
bread and
just
butter.
because, yeah, quarters are
and you
safer
don't want to go down that rolling. So,
no.
Ready? I'm going to do scissors. Ready?
Okay. You actually did, well done.
There you go.
Oh.
Double bluff.
Uh-oh.
Got ya.
Uh-oh.
That works. We're going on this first then.
Okay.
The new clay piece, the Mega Spine. I don't know what it is. Another name?
Yep, needs another
Sweet.
name.
So many names coming this way. My brain is just bogged down with mountains. I'm learning so much about the higher points of the earth. Ready? Let's ride. Easy to underestimate how fast we're going to have to go because we still have to get over the Everest landing. And it's a little bit soft. See the tyre marks? You go careful, Ben. Not brakeless terrain, is it?
No.
And it points the wrong way, like everything. That doesn't matter. I kind of like it that you're going to have to ride up towards the right corner where there's no landing and then pull across. Is that your way? How would you ride a spine? Would you go left?
Yeah, actually I would.
I'd go right.
That's good. Good for
I
me.
might go into the road. Better access for ambulances then.
Oh, great.
Do them a favour.
Great.
I think I'm going to have to go 2/3 of the way up easily.
Yeah, I reckon so.
How many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. God, we're already 12. I'm not a lunatic. I will build a handrail eventually. Just haven't got round to it. This is so bad. Might not work actually.
This doesn't look very safe, mate.
No! We're gonna have to go for the top. Who would have thought? Honestly, you have to go from the top.
You reckon?
Easier for me having ridden this rolling loads than you being brakeless Ben. Stitched yourself up there. No one's asked you to not run a brake.
It's true, it's true.
In fact, people have said, Matt, buy him a brake.
Also true, but then I'd have to change my name, wouldn't I?
Well, now it just looks terrifying. That's changed everything. Do you want me to go no brakes just to give you a fair example? But I'm going to anti-pump at the bottom. I'm going to pretend I'm you. Ready?
Yeah.
Ah, j'adore la petit chien. I braked. Sick, you can go into the mulch. Well, that's cool. That's very cool. I can't imagine Ben, well, he might do that. I braked.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't go very high.
Typical.
You can do it brakeless.
All the French jokes and you can't even keep to your words.
I'll do it now brakeless, but you're going to... I don't envy you having to do that first go. Why don't you start halfway up and pedal?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a shout.
It would achieve the same result, wouldn't it?
That's a good idea.
Because I do feel sorry for you, that's terrifying.
I haven't actually had a crash in a while, so I might as well.
Have a big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a refresh.
Everyone's like, Ben's back to not riding because he's in a plaster. Legs in plaster and his arms in a sling. It's going to take everything in me to not brake. Whoa! Whoa! That fucked me hard. You'll like it.
Will I?
I'm going to reshape it, cut it steeper earlier. So you do all your pump at the bottom, then you can pull away from a bank that's not like progressing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it needs something after it, because I'm landing and pedaling for the mulch. If it went into trails, around the back of the mulch, it would be magic. Have a go, Ben. Swap
Okay.
over. We should have waited. You could almost do that. Why don't you just go now? Sprint. Why don't you do that?
Yeah, I might.
That would be pretty BMX.
BMX, isn't it?
Just the most drawn out, awful half pipe.
Okay.
I like that. Go on, stare it down again. Do, do,
You get
do,
the shot for me putting my hands on the grip.
Oh yeah. How do we do it? Like cinematography style.
I'm gonna look up with my hands on the grip.
Hang on, I don't know how to film. Ready? Go. I missed that. Do it again. Yeah, there we go. What, you going straight in? Pedal, pedal.
Yeah, that was quite embarrassing.
Was that your best pedaling?
I'm gonna no. But I did. There was a second where I actually thought I'm going too quick.
Because you're like clearly in the mood to send. Can you risk it all if you land it and pedal into the mulch? Please. It's mulch.
Air on the...
No, please. Hit the mulch.
Let me at least land it all right once.
Okay.
And then I'll send it, mate.
That's a promise. That's a fact.
I didn't promise anything. I just said it's a statement, not a fact.
They're the same thing.
Really?
Hey?
No.
My name is Matt. What's not factual about that?
Yeah, it's a statement, but me also saying I am the best BMX rider in the world is a statement.
And it's a fact.
No.
So there we go.
Oh, it is. Oh.
Come on, Ben. Full power. That was cool. You really boosted that lip.
Yeah, it lifted massively at the bottom.
Yeah, we need to sort that. People are saying about it on Instagram.
Oh, scary. Yeah, I don't think I can go from here.
It's your only option unless you're going from the top. Pedal, pedal. Just. I like it. Where's he gone?
Oh my god! Whoa! Whoa! That was terrifying. That was really, really scary, actually.
Yeah, please hit the mulch. It's all I want to see. You have to pedal.
What, between there and the mulch?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but you'll never overclear it. It's huge. And I don't think you're very strong. Look at the size of that jump.
You ready?
C'est parfait. Looks massive on a BMX. Go on, son. Please hit the mulch. Please hit it. He's done it. Yeah, dude! Good man! How did that feel?
GoPro fell off.
How did that feel?
Actually completely fine. Actually, I was
Actually?
unsure if I was going to go full 50-50 and go right.
That's sick. You're actually only one jump away from doing all of them now. Yes, Ben. Right, let's ride this thing now, the new deck. Here it is. Give it a brush. Then we can have a tech session. Right then, deck session. We're going to do 2 tricks each. We're going to call 2 tricks each. Mine, I'm going to do a full length manual of the deck with the vision to one day manual off the end into a landing down there, which you found by falling last week.
Yeah,
which
which
like
you called the nettle drop, yeah.
That could be the nettle drop. We'd have to leave the nettles there to justify the name, which would be counterproductive but interesting. And I'll do a bar spin tyre tap.
Nice.
Yours have to be foot jam related because it's your bread and butter. At least one of them.
Well, do a foot
When
jam.
you put your foot in your front wheel and hop around like a
Pogo stick.
Like a pogo stick. So do that.
Yeah, and then I could do like a pedal stall 270 type thing. Like
Show me
stop
that.
and then
Oh, you
270
kind of
back
look
in.
like you're spinning one way, stall, and then you pull the other. Okay. Also, I've just spotted a line which could be really cool. You remember the narwhal in the backyard trails? The back line. I can't even remember what they were called. You could build one so easily here, where you ride up the quarter pipe, pull backwards and across, and that would take 2 hours to make a nice landing there.
That would be sick.
Even by hand. Then it would serve the vert wall, which is going to go, but I just can't figure out that zone yet. That's all to come.
Could you ride it the other way as well? Probably back
So
in.
narwhal, land, air that, come back. Yeah.
All up.
And that could, oh my, it's like, it would be like a cul-de-sac in a trails line, wouldn't it? There's the trails line, there's your private road.
It's actually cul-de-sac. Just so.
Not though.
Yes, it is.
Why is it French?
Because it is a French word.
How?
It is
I could say
French.
it's an English word.
I
and
promise
you, just say
you
it
it's French.
differently.
Google it.
Okay, what does it translate to?
Arse of a bag.
The arse of a
Yeah,
bag.
like the bottom of a bag.
In English, it's the cul-de-sac.
But cul, C-U-L is cul, which means arse in French.
Yeah, and in English it means coal.
Right, and what does sac mean?
Well, you used to
Oh,
say it's a
yeah,
bag.
and what does de mean?
Huh?
What does DE mean
That's how
in
like
English?
gangsters speak, so they
The-
invented it. I'm not having this argument with you.
Well, no, because you've
It
lost.
sounds like you're right, yeah. So we'll build an narwhal with a different name. I'll do my runs. Damn it, I've lost it to a Frenchman. All right then. That was lame.
Very nice. Oh, one banger!
Look where my hand is.
No.
Look where my hand is.
Whoa! I'm actually really
Actually
impressed.
what?
Really impressed with that.
Cheers, you'll go. Do you think the handrail's over-engineered?
I think it looks cool.
It does. It'll go when we build a spine. Also, I thought of another thing, which is build a landing behind that and do bomb drops off the handrail. Right, Ben, you'll go.
Okay, mate. Whoa.
Here he is.
Whoa.
That is a foot jam, everybody.
drop in or
Here's
stay
the
in
clown.
here for a while?
Please drop in, you're scaring me.
Bye.
That was proper braggy. I liked it. Could you start on the landing there and get enough speed to do that? That's nice. Woohoo! I'm loving the compound. Were you filming then?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it go. Do you want to do that again?
No, I think you should carry on.
Okay, but usually it takes me 100 goes.
I know.
No, I'm loving the compound. I love the build and ride format of doing things, and I apologise that this one we didn't embark upon a mega insane build that's a fresh feature. We enhanced the couple, but actually they were both jobs that needed doing to make this place better. And moving on, I think it's ready to start building a trails line, which I'm very excited for. That's something I've always done. I've worshipped trails, building steep kickers, steep landings, hips and flowy features. And as this ground is sat on clay, I get the chance for the first time in my life, other than last year. Okay, I could definitely rephrase that. But no, it is. No, it's actually even different clay to what we had in the garden. So they will be spectacular looking jumps, and I want to get on with that. I never thought I'd have trails here at my compound, but I've got an airbag for learning tricks. I've got huge jumps for kind of perfecting those tricks. Got a quarter pipe with a deck. There's so many cool things, and it needs trails, and then this place will be all encompassing. It will do it all. So thank you. Thanks to everyone for following the build, for commenting with name ideas, suggesting ideas of what to build. Like the trails line is probably where that relationship's going to grow best, because it's going to be jump after the next with transfers and things. But I do know that what that requires is to build a new roll-in between the bulk one and the great big Sherpa one at that middle height there to feed right between the airbag and the concrete. We'll use the side of that landing there, Everest, and then I know that I want to get up into this landing to do the quarter pipe and go back round the airbag. So I know the layout, but I don't know what it's going to involve and what it's going to entail and what's going to be included. So that's where it gets exciting. So trails next, which I'm so buzzing for. Not going to be sat in a digger, I'm just going to be swinging a big blue steel thing. Thanks to you guys, thank you Ben for sending it today, and thanks to Silverline for sponsoring me with all the tools. Mega legends.
Yeah.
There we went.
Yeah. Try for a third?
Yeah. Ready, mate? Yeah?
Yeah. Oh my god. Well done, mate.